Welcome back to today's explainer. Listen, stop chasing search volume and start chasing revenue. Seriously, if your keywords aren't bringing in actual phone calls, they are just ego keywords. I don't know about you, but I'd rather have 10 visitors ready to buy than 10,000 visitors who are just curious. Today, we're going to completely demystify the Google algorithm using a really structured visual approach so you can build an SEO strategy that actually drives revenue.
So, here's our game plan for today. We'll start with the simple machine, then break down Phase 1, crawling, Phase 2, indexing, and Phase 3, ranking before wrapping it all up with your specific action plan. Let's get into it.
Section 1. The simple machine. Reframing Google.
You know, so many people in the SEO industry treat Google like this aggressive, unpredictable enemy that has to be tricked or fought or outsmarted. But actually, in reality, Google is just a simple, data-driven machine. That's it. It doesn't guess, it doesn't feel, it definitely doesn't have a personal vendetta against your client's website. It purely processes data. So our main job as SEO professionals isn't to fight this machine, it's to help it. We need to guide it by sending crystal clear, structured signals so it perfectly understands the business we're trying to rank.
To get a business, let's say we're working with a local wedding and event planner in Essex, onto the first page, we really have to guide it through this holy trinity of Google's algorithm. Step 1 is crawling, which is all about discovery. Step 2 is indexing, which is storage. And Step 3 is ranking, or retrieval. Think of it like a chain reaction. If you fail at Step 1, you are never going to reach Step 3. Period.
All right, moving on to Phase 1, crawling, the discovery process.
Imagine your client in Essex just added a brand new honeymoon and travel service page to their website. Right now, Google has absolutely no idea it even exists. To find it, Google sends out crawlers. You might know them as spiders or robots. Basically, these are automated programs that constantly travel across the web. Their entire mission in life is to discover new pages or spot updates to existing ones. But how did these robots actually get around? Well, they travel via links. They literally hop from link to link to link, and this is exactly why internal linking is so incredibly vital. If you hit publish on that new honeymoon and travel page, but you don't link to it from your homepage or your existing service pages, that crawler hits an absolute dead end. It literally cannot find the new page. You have to build the roads, the links, for these crawlers to follow.
Now, once they find it, we hit Phase 2, indexing, the grand library. I want you to stop thinking about Google as a database and start thinking of it as a massive global library. If the crawler is the scout bringing back the books, the indexer is the meticulous librarian. And a librarian's job isn't just to hoard a massive chaotic pile of books in the center of the room, right? Their job is to organize millions and millions of web pages perfectly logically, so when someone asks for something specific, they can pull it up in literal milliseconds.
If we've successfully guided the machine, our librarian takes our client's website and sorts it perfectly. It goes under the main category of event planner, into the subcategory of wedding planner, and right into the specific location of Essex. Just like an emergency plumber gets categorized for London or a window cleaner for Birmingham. It's a highly structured storage system based entirely on main categories, subcategories, and geographic locations. But you got to be careful here because this librarian is incredibly strict and only wants to store the most valuable books. There are some major red flags to watch out for. For example, if your client's page has thin content, say just 20 or 30 words barely summarizing a service, the librarian rejects it. If it's a duplicate page where you literally just copied an existing service page and swapped out the city name, rejected. If it offers low value, has no clear purpose, or lacks unique information, the librarian literally throws it out. It will not get indexed. And remember, if it's not indexed, it cannot rank. You have to provide unique, valuable content to earn your spot on those shelves. Which brings us to the final hurdle. Phase 3, ranking matching user intent. Let's look at this real-time interaction. A user types event planner in Essex into the search bar. In a fraction of a millisecond, Google rushes to that exact Essex section of its library. And listen, to beat giant corporations, stop targeting broad terms and start winning with specific long-tail keywords that solve local problems. Because this is a localized search, Google evaluates the pages in that section based on trust and authority to hand the user the absolute top 10 results.
And guys, here is where the magic really happens. Matching search intent. Honestly, your SEO tools are lying to you because search volume and difficulty don't matter if the keyword psychology is wrong. This is why zero search volume keywords are your secret weapon. Think about it. An emergency customer isn't looking for a blog post. They are ready to pay. And if you aren't ranking for their specific pain, you're losing money. If a user is holding their credit card, ready to hire a professional, you must serve them a dedicated service page. Conversely, if they just want information, then they need a blog post. You have to map the intent correctly or Google simply won't show your page.
All right, let's bring it all together. Your client action plan. What to do next.
I want you to take this exact checklist and apply it to your clients today. First, audit your unranked pages in Google Search Console and ensure bots can actually discover them via internal linking. If they're being crawled but not indexed, you need to rewrite that thin content to provide unique, deep value. Map those specific target keywords to the correct search intent so you're solving the user's actual problem. Finally, once the page is fully optimized, go ahead and manually request indexing. Don't just sit back and leave it to chance. Guide the machine.
I want to leave you with this stark reality to ponder. If Google's crawlers cannot read your client's page, or if the librarian refuses to index it, does the business even exist online? The answer is no, it doesn't. If you aren't actively helping the machine discover and categorize your data, you are completely invisible to the world. Thank you so much for joining me in this explainer. Now go out there, apply this, and get those pages ranking.